Okay. Oh, good morning. I'm so glad y'all are here. I don't know if any of you all saw, but I've been a little bit under the weather, so I just super apologize if I sniffle in your ear or if my voice sounds all raspy and crazy. But I have some thieves tea here that I will be drinking and sipping on as we move through our book today. Also, this will be our last virtual class of the year. Next Wednesday is Christmas, and then I think the Wednesday after that is actually New Year's. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, the Wednesday after that is New Year's Day. So we're not going to do it New Year's Day either. So then the next time we'll get together will be January 8th. And again, we are moving through this book by Jan Richardson called In the Sanctuary of Women, and I will just start us with our morning prayer. If you want to get comfortable, blessed are you, O God, who created the world with a word, and who fashioned your people from dust and from the light. In our waking, may we know you, breathing in us, breathing through us, creating us anew with your longing and your love. Amen. And today we're talking about waking. Jan writes, it starts with, as Dillard hints, and the quote she's referring to, the quote from last week from Annie Dillard, and she says, does anyone have the foggiest idea of what sort of power we are so blithely invoke? Or, as I suspect, does no one believe a word of it? The churches are children playing on the floor with their chemistry sets, mixing up a batch of TNT to kill a Sunday morning. It is madness to wear ladies' straw hats to church. We should all be wearing crash helmets. Ushers should issue life preservers and signal flares. They should lash us to our pews, for the sleeping God may wake once some day and take offense. Or the waking God may draw us out to where we can never return. So in the beginning of this week, she's referring back to that quote. And she says, as Dillard hints, the real risk that we run in calling upon the living God is not that we might wake up God. Rather, the danger is that God might awaken us, might open our eyes to the ways that God is ever present with us. He has been right under our noses, waiting for us to notice. He's been loitering in the places where we hang out. He's been calling us to the cool of the evening and in the glare of the day. We know that waking changes us, that perceiving God's presence asks something of us. This constitutes the terror and the wonder of waking, that it compels us to let go of the part of ourselves that has been content to pass through the world in a half slumber, seeing only so far or only as much. Seeing invites responsibility, and this is where Eve and Adam falter. They take the fruit, but they do not want to take the responsibility that comes with it. They follow their desire, but allow it to draw them away from God rather than deeper in. The story of Eve invites us to ask, where do we place our courage? Taking the fruit was a daring act. It changed everything. But what if Eve had been equally daring in refusing to hide herself? What if, when she and her mate heard the voice of God calling to them in the cool of the evening, she had stepped up and said, here am I. So today, our practice is going to be in awakening our bodies. Last week, we experienced our bodies and we didn't move a lot. We just breathed a lot. And today we're going to move a little bit more, but in really intentional ways. And so as we go through this, It might get uncomfortable for you. If that is true for you, then you can stop at any point. You don't have to do anything that I do, that I suggest. You do you. You're in charge. It's your practice. So if all you want to do is stay on your mat and breathe, that's beautiful, because you're here and you're listening and you're trying. So we're just going to start sitting up today. Normally I let you choose if you sit or if you stand, or if you lay down, but today let's sit. Let's get our sits bones nice and rooted into the mat. And let's just sit up really nice and tall. Make sure that you're comfortable where you're at. If you need to grab a sweater or some socks, maybe a blanket, you can run and go do that. So let's just focus on our breath. Let's just inhale and exhale through the nose or the mouth, doesn't matter. Whatever feels good for you today. Just breathing in and out. Consider what it looks like in your body to fill yourself up with breath. A lot of times we think about inhaling and that sucks our belly in and everything comes up. But when you fill your whole self with breath, then your belly expands with your lungs. And then as you exhale, your belly deflates along with your lungs. Maybe you want to put your hand on your belly and feel it expand on your inhale and deflate on your exhale. And you want to put your hands where your bra strap would sit. And as you inhale, the hands move apart from each other. And as you exhale, they move back in toward one another. Whatever you want to do to help you draw attention to the breath that comes in and out of your body. You're rooting down into the earth through your sits bones. As you root down, you're also growing tall. Feel yourself making space between your vertebrae. You are getting actually taller as you use your breath to help you grow. And here, it's an intensely personal part for you. I want you to offer up a prayer. If God or Jesus is uncomfortable for you, you just open yourself up to the creation around you. In this prayer, ask for awakening. Awakening can be terrifying because we are, because we are often comfortable in our pain, comfortable in what we do not know, in what we do not understand, comfortable to just let it be. now that we're getting in touch with our bodies, it's important that we're awakened. So ask God for only awakening that you can handle. Ask God to awaken a piece of you or a part of you, or if you are ready, you can ask Him to awaken all of you. You can imagine the light of the sun, the tool that God uses in creation to wake us every morning. That warmth and that light of awakening is shining down, filling you up, starting with the tippy top of your head and moving all the way down to the earth through your rooted bones. It's the light of awakening going to warm you and fill you and help you to open your eyes. So as you breathe and you get tall, imagine the light of the sun, the awakening from God is shining down on you. We'll start with our head. Start small. We'll start at the top of our head. We'll start with our eyebrows and our forehead. Maybe you lift your eyebrows up and squint your eyes shut. What does it feel like to move that top part of your head around a little bit and wake it up today? Feel the warmth of the sun on your forehead and on your eyes. Maybe your eyes are closed, so you squint them and then you let them come open. Maybe you want to look around with your eyes. Maybe you want to keep them closed and imagine what you're seeing. Something beautiful and delightful. Something that's your favorite. What about what you smell? I always suggest that at our time together you could bring essential oils to your mat. So maybe you can smell your essential oils, or maybe you have a candle lit. You smell the candle. Maybe what you smell is just your sweater that you're wearing or the blanket you're wrapped in. Maybe it's the tea or the coffee. Be awakened and aware of your sense of smell. Next, licking your mouth. Maybe you have a yawn that you've been stifling. You let it out. You open your mouth big and wide. Big exhale. Maybe you want to stick your tongue out. Nobody can see you. I'm the only one who has my video camera on. So you're going to stick your tongue out and give a big Maybe awakening your mouth means to smile. Even if you don't feel like smiling. Even if smiling is the last thing you want to do You can't even remember the last time you did it. Maybe awakening your mouth today looks just like smiling. Next, we're going to move to our neck. We're going to start here by moving ear towards shoulder. Your eyes can be closed if you want or open. Maybe you can keep that smile on your face. That smile of awakening, of knowing you're moving into some sacred work. Good. And from here, you could take your gaze up slightly to the ceiling, which doesn't really change the way your head is, but it does change the muscles that you're stretching. And take your gaze down to your knee. Again, the head shifts so slightly, but the muscles that you feel in the side of your neck, you're waking them up. Good. Option and nice and slow. Bring your chin to your chest. What does that feel like? Let your head really hang loose. What muscles are awakening and firing in your back, your shoulders. And then we'll move over to the opposite side. Ear to the shoulder. Gaze straight ahead of you. And then take that gaze up to the ceiling. And take that gaze down to your knee. Good. This time, really slowly and gently take the gaze up to the ceiling. Draw the shoulders back and down. Feel a little stretch and awakening right here. And then to the side and back down. And then opposite side and back straight. Straighten up the neck. Good. The throat is the conduit between your thoughts and your heart. Connects your mind and your body. It's an important space in your body to be awakened. Next, we'll move to the shoulders. So you can roll the shoulders back. Bringing them up to the ears as much as you want, or as little as you want. And then we'll switch and roll them forward. Good. Move the torso side to side, leading with the shoulders, awakening this part of our bodies. Good. Good. And from here, we're going to awaken our arms. So pull the arms behind you, heart open, shoulders draw back and down. Really squeezing the hands together, palms facing each other. Good, and then wrap the arms forward, back of the hands facing each other. Close that heart space Pull the belly into the spine, around the shoulder blades. Good, and back. Work the arms in toward one another. Feel them fire up. Feel them awaken. Notice how the muscles feel. Good. Those biceps, those triceps. Good. Last time. We're just going to circle our wrist. So we're moving that awakening down through the arms, through the fingers. Play here with whatever feels good. Do you notice each of your fingers? What do they each feel like? Can you pay attention to them individually? Can you make them do different things? Maybe you want to rub your hands. Maybe that'll feel nice. Do you awaken to your hands today? Could offer them some gratitude for the ways they help you communicate. I talk with my hands a lot. Maybe you type. Maybe you hold hands with people you love. And next, we're just going to move down the spine. So we're going to take some big body circles. We can connect the body circles with our breath, inhaling as we come forward and exhaling as we roll back. All the vertebrae in my spine are cracking right now, and I'm wondering if you guys can hear it. We'll go back the other way. Good. And come back to center. We'll inhale. Heart comes out. Exhale. Heart comes back. Beautiful. Good. Now we're rooted down into our sits bones. We're going to open up the hips. So move with your feet together for bound ankle pose. Feet together. And press down your elbows onto the thighs here. Feel those hip bones open up. Did you feel the awakening here in your inner thighs and your hips? How does that feel? Imagine that sun, the warmth and the light flooding your hip area. Good. And from here, I'm going to take firebug pose. So for some of us, it might be just placing a foot right here on the outside of the ankle. For others of us, it might be taking the foot to the outside of the knee. If it's available to you, we're going to stack one shin on top of the other. It's also sometimes called full pigeon, maybe. You might have heard that. So my bottom shin is away from my body. It's parallel to my mat. And then this top shin is just coming right on top of it. So it's not quite crisscross applesauce. You used to be a preschool teacher. Could you tell? Good. And if it's available to you or comfortable for you, you can press down on that top knee to really get that opening in both hips. Good. The warmth. You know, you can feel the warmth. Good. Imagine the opening here, the awakening, the light, the warmth of the sun. Beautiful. Good. And open the legs nice and wide. Roll forward in your hips and just sit forward here. Feel that big, deep stretch on the inside of your legs here. Breathe the awakening to that inside part of the leg, all up and down the groin. Ooh. Good. Bring the legs back in. This time, opposite leg on top, fire leg on the other side. One might be a little tighter than the other. So go ahead and feel that out. Good. Bring the warmth and the light there. Beautiful. Next, the legs come straight out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall and just reach for your toes. Early in the morning, so you might not be able to reach them. If you can't reach your toes, just walk your hands down your legs until you feel that awakening and the stretch that runs all the way down your legs. While you're down there, you can flex and point, flex and point your feet. You can roll your ankles, wake up your feet and your toes. Move your toes however you want. Good. Beautiful. Move your legs back so you're in a comfortable position. So whatever that looks like. If you want to keep stretching your legs and moving your toes and moving your ankles, do it. Awakening your body. Maybe you want to take some lunge poses and really work into the hips. Whatever you move today that feels like it needs a little bit more awakening, do that. Go into that. I'm running out of time for us this morning, so I am going to end us with our blessing for today. And then, as always, you can find me at Beautiful and Beloved on Instagram or on Facebook. If you have any questions or you need to talk about something that woke up for you in today's practice, I'm available. I'm so just honored that you all spend your mornings with me. And so thank you for being here again. Our blessing for today is this. Know that the God who calls you will stir up courage within you, will accompany you in your waking, and will sustain you in your seeing. You are brave warriors for joining me today and for being willing to awaken to something new. So thank you guys for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to hearing from you. Namaste. Oh.